All right, welcome back for the second part of training. This video is going to be all about conducting the interview and what is included in the interview. First of all, I want to start by showing you the rubric that will be available to all students as well, um, so that you know what's expected and what you need to hear from them. If anyone doesn't know, the High School and Beyond plan is a series of tasks throughout the 4 years that each student is at high school that hopefully gets them to the point where they can answer three main questions. First of all, who am I? Then, what can I become because of who I am? And finally, how do I become that? So, each section of this rubric has um, topics that they should touch on when addressing each of these questions. And I just invite you to look over each each section so that you have a good working knowledge of what you're looking for and what it means to be below, approaching, meeting, or exceeding the standards. Finally, there is a section for interview skills, so please pay attention to the student's voice, their eye contact, the way they poise themselves or their poise, and the answers that they give, demonstrating that that student is really prepared and has put time into the interview. And now, since you know this, I want to go over just what the interview will look like. So, the first step is actually going to be a safety step. You all need to please make sure that both adults are in the Zoom meeting before you let the student in. When the student does come in, then you're going to do an introduction. You're going to introduce yourselves, really set the tone as encouraging and exciting, and put them at ease, really make those relational connections um, to make sure that that student feels comfortable and feels supported. Then after that introduction, you are going to review the rubric. So if you could share your screen and pull this rubric up, give the student one more chance to look over it and ask them, I want, while you're looking over this one more time before your interview, do you have any questions of what's expected for what is expected of you, or do you need any clarification? Now, you can definitely ask the student each interview question one by one and definitely prompt those students if they're missing anything or if they're forgetting anything. Um, if the student does take off and just go through all three questions, that's fine too. They will be prepared, and they know exactly what's expected of them, hopefully. So if they take off and it's less of a interviewing question session, that's fine. Once the student gets through all of the sections, say thank you and let the student go, but the volunteers will stay on and fill out a Google form of this rubric. So the Google form is also in the email. It's in blue at the bottom, the virtual rubric link. And this is really awesome. Oh gosh, let's see. I think I have it right here. Okay, so this is really awesome because once you fill this out, it will be tracked on a document that I have. So go ahead and put in your email address. Only one team member is going to fill out the rubric, so we don't need one from each of you. And then you will select your student. I put in first names for every last name that was a double, so you shouldn't have any trouble there. And then you will just finish the interview by going through each section of the rubric here. But I'm going to go into a little more depth on this in the next video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else you need to know about conducting the interview. And I think the last thing I want to leave you with is that we trust you with with your grading. So I know some people maybe are a little tougher to get an exceeding standard grade from. And, if you feel like they have put in time and effort and have a clear plan, don't hesitate to give them exceeding standards. We're not making that an impossible goal to reach or an impossible grade to get this year. So, we trust your grading, and I'll see you in the next video all about how you are going to submit these responses and what that looks like.